better bet your bottom dollar Bitcoin's here to stay.
Good afternoon. My name is Ray Mears. Welcome to the channel. Today we've got special guest Jason Shapiro from crowdedmarketreport.com. Jason has 30 years plus of trading experiences, all different trades, including Bitcoin. And Jason, obviously introduce yourself, and if you don't mind, if you could discuss what I think is one of your strengths, which is when to trade, when not to trade. And in my experience, I've made the most returns when I've not had to place a trade, and preventing myself from being in a losing trade, and that's when I've actually retained my my portfolio. So if you could maybe touch on the psychology. I think it's probably commonly known that a 5% loss hurts more as an investor or a saver than the pleasure you gain from a 5% gain. So maybe loss aversion, economics, a little bit of cognitive science, behavioral science, and if you could elaborate. Thank you.
Today is Sunday, the 5th of April, 2026. I'm Jason Shapiro with Crowded Market Report. Today, I wanted to talk about a trade that I think over time is very, very important to make and very, very difficult for most people to make, which is the no trade. Very often, at least in my process, there is no trade. And the thing to do is not do anything. It's hard to sit and wait for the fat pitch. But that is what I like to compare it to. You just got to wait. You gotta wait. And when the fat pitch comes, you take a swing. And that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be successful. But it's a hell of a lot more successful than swinging at one in the dirt or swinging at the guy's best curveball in the league. That's going to get you out most of the time. If you wait long enough, fat pitch is going to come, and that's when you swing. And when you don't, your batting average is going to go down, and your level of success is going to go down. And you have to do it over time. And people say, well, if I'm not making trades, then I'm not making money. Okay. You're also not losing money. Okay. So that when you wait and your trade is your trade, where your edge is, and you start to make money, you are making a new P&L highs instead of making back losses from a bunch of stupid trades that you took just because you were bored. This is poison over time to this game.
Interesting. What about when to make money, and what is your edge, Jason?
This game is about making money over time, and it's very difficult to do, and you have to be very precise. Your edge has to be there, okay? If you don't have an edge, then you're never going to make money over time. You're just going to be paying to the casino.
And what about, if you don't mind, psychology and market sentiment?
All right, you'll make money sometimes, And I saw a statistic today that showed people's memories of winning when they go to the casino is years, whereas their memories of losing is weeks. We forget our losing trades quickly. We remember our winning trades, but that's dangerous, right? Just you do the math, of things like, well, if I lose 50% of my account, well, then I have to make 100% in order to get back to even. You don't want to be in that position. And the way you get in that position is you overtrade. And you don't wait for your edge, and you don't wait for the fat pitches because you're bored and you want the action. And listen, if you want the action, I say this all the time, then you're not really doing this to make money. You're doing this for excitement. You're doing it as a hobby, and that's fine. This is not the advice for you. Hobbies cost money, and as long as you're comfortable with that, then go for it.
Yeah. One of the exercises I always do is, what would you tell yourself as a 16-year-old, an 80-year-old, a 20-year-old, a 30-year-old, if you could go back in time and tell yourself, what is your best piece of advice?
But if you're serious about making money over time, this is one of the most important pieces of advice I can give. Stop over trading. You have to under trade. You have to wait for the fat pitch, wait for your edge. And if you have a true edge, trust me, it's not popping up every 5 seconds. It's sometimes it won't even pop up every 5 days sometimes. Know your edge, know when it exists, and when it exists, jump in. And all other times, just sit back, find something else to do. Go play guitar, go exercise, go do it. Because over time, I promise you, this is going to save you. Part of making money is not losing money, a big part of it, right? So some of the best advice that I can offer. All right. I hope that helps.
Oh, fantastic. I appreciate that. Thank you for your time. Have a great trading day, or not trading day in this case. I like to say sit on your hands. In summary, I would suggest it's don't chase. Be methodical and live to find another day in all trades, all portfolio. I know some Bitcoiners would shudder at that, but I think it's everyone's got different walks of life. If you're a young guy in your 20s, you need to be far more aggressive than you do an old shaver when he's 65, and having a proper portfolio balance comes into that. And obviously you can't compete with what's happening with the macro market and the hobby trading, how to use an edge, the profit and losses, trading level of success, and as you said, when not to trade. So thank you very much for your time, Jason. Have a good day.
Thank you, and we'll talk again soon.
You better bet your bottom dollar Bitcoin's here to stay.